What's good, family? T-Rex Carter here, back with another WWE 2K26 video. So this is going to be attempt number 2 at making this video. I had the perfect amount of time to sit down and record a live reaction to the Universe and Creation Ringside report before heading to work when they dropped earlier this morning. Unfortunately, as I was going through the video getting ready to post it, about halfway through, I started having audio issues. On top of that, by the time I actually got back home to be able to record the video, YouTube decided it wants to have an outage.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
But there's no use dwelling on it now. All I can do is just lock in and prepare to give you guys content I had planned on earlier, just in a different way. I had planned to sit down and record a video on the MyGM Ringside report last night when it came out, but I had heard that the Universe Mode one was going to be dropping today. So instead of me having to punch out 2 videos back to back, I decided to just let me sit with the GM information and digest it and get ready for the Universe Ringside report. And I definitely have some thoughts, as the majority of the news we got between the 3 reports was actually good. So let's not waste any time and get right into it, starting with the Universe stuff. The thing they decided to kick off the Ringside report with is a huge one, which is them bringing back the draft. As they show us the draft screen for the first time, it obviously looks a lot like the one we get in GM mode, albeit missing the salary information, as well as the different archetypes for each superstar, which really isn't a problem because the GM draft menu looks fine in my opinion. But looking at the scan, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner Adam Pearce at the podium looking like he's about to call out the next draft pick, which makes me wonder if these picks will have voiceovers attached to them, which would really be cool if we got Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce to voice those actual lines. They showed off a lot of the customization elements to Universe this year as well, with the custom draft settings, allowing you to enable and disable the ability to draft champions, tag teams, stables, developmental talent, and even legends. Not only is who you draft customizable, but also the look of your draft is customizable as well. They're giving us the ability to change the name and the logo for the draft, which is going to be huge for those creators that like to make universes with non-WWE brands, as well as the eFed creators out there. This will be a benefit to the people that make era-specific universe files, as they showed off the old Ruthless Aggression Raw logo and the Attitude Era SmackDown logo on that screen with the custom drafts. This is only going to make those era-specific universes look that much more accurate. Speaking of eFeds, the watch show mode is going to be great for them, as they can now progress through their entire show without having to navigate through menus, and if they decide they actually want to pick up a match while it's in progress, they can do so. One of the things that I feel like they missed on with this, however, is the lack of show intros being back in the game. I know they said in the past that they have data on the amount of people that actually skip it, but I don't think that matters. It's a part of the presentation package at the end of the day, and we need it in there, even if it is just something that gets skipped by the people that are just trying to get to the next match. A better way that I think that they can implement it is if they take a page out of the NBA 2K series book and actually show the superstars arriving to the arena like they do on television, and give a quick breakdown of tonight's match card and what to expect. The reason that I would say go that route is that it does allow for a lot of different variations in the intro that we could see, that isn't just the fireworks going off before the show starts. And with us now getting designated slots for promo gear, it would make that element of presentation that much better. But more on that in just a sec. The Universe Wizard is exactly what I thought it was going to be. And that is a simplified way to help you get started from scratch, setting up your universe. It isn't exactly starting with a blank calendar, but it at least allows you to pick the shows that you want in from jump. So that means we don't have to go in and delete everything before we get it set up. Now, back to what I was saying about promo attire. Not only do we now have the ability to set specific attires for promos, but we also can set specific attires for PLEs and WrestleManias. This is what I personally needed that upgrade to call limit slot for. I may download about 5 to 10 actual calls that aren't current WWE superstars. The rest end up being alternate attires for current people, with some of them even having promo attires. I think this time around, I most certainly will be using that entire call limit, because all of my top stars are going to have at least a WrestleMania attire and a promo attire. This is the level of immersion that I was looking for in Universe Mode. Where I hope this goes from here though, is that anytime one of those wrestlers shows up in a rivalry action and they aren't scheduled for a match that night, I would hope to see them appear in their promo gear and not in their ring attire. If this is already the case, then great. If not, this is something I'm definitely putting on my wish list for 2K27. We just got the promo system back in 2K25 last year, and it did see some upgrades that were highly requested by the community. Like when a champion was involved in a promo, they would now bring the belt with them to the ring, and they're holding the title the entire time that they're doing their promo. We did get some additional promo options, which is a welcome addition. However, the thing that most people wanted to see that we didn't get this time around is the ability to do promos backstage. Now, of course, all of those promo interactions will require mocap work to get done. And I know that they have been asked about this by several other figures in the community, so I'm very optimistic that this will be something that we get in the near future. Now, the Ringside report that I was looking forward to the most was the MyGM one. And boy, did we get a ton of cool additions in this one, with my favorite being the expanded calendar. No longer are we stuck with the 25-week default shortened season. We now get a 50-week season and an increased budget to have a roster size that supports a long season as well. We now have a $7 million maximum to be able to give us a lot more freedom in how we draft for our shows in GM mode. We should no longer see big name stars go undrafted just because of their salary cost. They also gave us an increase in match sizes as well as match types that is supported within GM mode. Now being able to have up to 8-way matches, making things like Bloodline Rules, Money in the Bank, and Battle Royals possible. But I'm really curious as to why we didn't get the Royal Rumble included in the new PLEs that we got. Now that we have support for 8-man matches. That was honestly probably my biggest letdown about the mode not having support for the Rumble, as it's one of the big 6 PLEs. So you would assume that that would have been a priority add for them this mode this year. Hopefully it can get put in next year or even with a patch, seeing as the Battle Royal is in. All they would really need to do is just add additional superstars entering the match. On a more positive note though, we can now turn off those ridiculous power cards. I mean, I get it. I use them when I'm playing against a computer, but sometimes I like to set up a GM with all user controlled shows and just have fun trying to outbook myself, or have one of my kids take over one of the other shows and we'll just play against each other. Hopefully at some point they will allow us to turn off the stamina and injuries, or at very least tune them to our liking, because at the end of the day, all we want is more options to customize and make these our own individual experiences. So that was good stuff, man. We really did, well, we didn't learn a whole lot on the Ringside report for Universe that we didn't already find out. Obviously the updates to cash-ins are huge. I really do appreciate the fact that we have the draft back, and they gave us a lot more with that I didn't even really expect to see from them in the first year bringing that back. So they have been really grinding on this, and I am pumped for this year's release of the game. I said I was down pretty much a lot, you know, just after hearing about that the Ringside Pass, but I'm willing to try it and figure it out and get through the rough patches. Obviously it's going to be an adjustment for everybody. I really do think it's going to be a grind, and I'm not excited for that portion of it, but the game itself has improved so much that I can see myself playing this game a lot and really earning some of that progression towards those unlocks. So I'm not mad at it overall. Obviously I wish the Ringside Pass were implemented differently. In my opinion, the way I think it should work is you have your free track that obviously is going to be your in-game unlocks, like that you would normally get, right? And then your premium track, which is everything that we paid for in that DLC. Once that pass launches, just the superstars now you get automatically. The second that pass launches, you get those superstars immediately, right? Then your additional stuff like your VC bonuses, your My Faction packs, the persona cards, all of those things have progression unlocks to them. That's the way I really think that they should have did it, and I hope that somebody sees this and that they can implement that in the future, because nobody wants to be paying $150 for this game and then still have to unlock the characters that you just paid money for, because everybody buys the season pass for the characters. It's the extra content, or not necessarily just the content, but the characters that they really want. Obviously the call parts that come along with it and the move sets too. But unlike your traditional sports game where your rosters are set for the year, like they have an off season, they go through their draft, training camp, whatever, that's your roster. The trades happen obviously, and then they update the rosters throughout the year. We don't get that in wrestling. Obviously we'll have new superstars that'll pop in, so they have the option now to be able to add those through the Ringside Pass. Like hopefully we get somebody like a Matt Cardona. We saw Dolph Ziggler make a return, albeit for just a one match for the John Cena tournament, but we have that partnership with TNA now. So we could see somebody like him, you know, make a comeback into the games. You also have AAA. Now I think we're going to be getting a lot of AAA in the base game, but there's going to be some stars that they're going to push out through the Ringside Pass. Then you also have the Hardys. We haven't seen an inkling of them in this game at all to this point. I really want to see them make a comeback into this series. So you can see those things happening in the Ringside Pass, and people don't want to have to, if you're paying $150 out of pocket, I do not want to take extra time to have to unlock the stuff that I already paid for. We paid for the wrestlers. Give us the wrestlers first. The extra stuff can come later. But I really want to know your guys' thoughts on what we saw here. Oh, obviously, yeah, MyGM. That's my mode. That took my excitement level. I said yesterday I was at about a 7.5. I'm sitting at about a comfortable 9 now. Obviously there were some misses, but all in all, I'm happy about it. And like I said, I'm gonna spend a lot of time playing this game. But I do want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Please leave those thoughts down in the comment section for me below. And if you enjoy this type of content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't have to miss out. And with that being said, I want y'all to always remember to keep God first. Stay blessed, y'all. I'm out.